This is 5 Underrated Anime Series, Volume 1. Mushishi is set in an imaginary time between the Edo and Meiji periods, featuring some 19th century technology, but with Japan still as a closed country. The story features ubiquitous creatures called Mushi. They are neither plants nor animals. They differ from other forms of life such as the microorganisms and the fungi. Instead, they resemble the primeval body of life. Their existence and appearance are unknown to many, and only a limited number of humans are aware of them. However, there are few who possess the ability to see and interact with Mushi. One such person is Ginko, the main character of this series. He employs himself as a Mushi master, traveling from place to place to research Mushi and aid people suffering from problems caused by them. He appears to have a generally laid-back personality, however, he can be very serious and focused on his work when it comes to protecting people from Mushi. He stresses that the Mushi are not evil, but merely trying to survive like everyone else. Oji Tanaka is a common familiar man who has a wife and a child that love him. Oji has a mundane job as a salaryman and lives his simple life in Tokyo's modern society. But, however, the life hasn't been always dull for him. About 15 years ago, he was known as Gabriel. He was known as the leader of a short-lived heavy metal band called Black Heaven. Oji's life gets a sudden change in direction when he meets a mysterious blonde woman named Layla. She invites him to pick up his Gibson Flying V and to show once again his great guitar skills. Meanwhile, he doesn't know that his music has an extremely special and important characteristic. Oji's music is able to generate power for a massive weapon in an intergalactic war. Layla informs him that only his special sound can save the universe from an evil alien invasion. Guitar skills can save the universe. A crazy fantasy caper involving alchemists, immortals, gangsters, outlaws and an elixir of immortality spreads over several decades. During the early 1930s in the big city of Chicago, the transcontinental train, Flying Pussyfoot, is starting its legendary journey that will leave a trail of blood all over the country. At the same time in New York, the ambitious scientist Sillard and his unwilling assistant Annis are looking for missing bottles of the immortality elixir. In addition, a cruel and bloody war between different mafia families is getting worse and worse day by day. On the board of a ship called Avena Avis, in the year 1711, alchemists are about to learn the price of immortality while fleeing from the city's persecution. Based on the award-winning light novels of the same name, Baccano follows several events that initially seem unrelated, both in time and place, but are part of a much bigger story, one of alchemy, survival and immortality. Merging these events together are the kind-hearted would-be thieves, Isaac and Miria, connecting various people, all of them with their own hidden ambitions and agendas, and creating lifelong bonds and consequences for everyone involved. It seemed like it would be a normal day for Gunta Igarashi and his classmates. They were preparing to go on a class field trip to a certain prison amusement park called Deadman Wonderland, where the convicts perform dangerous acts for the onlookers' amusement. However, Ganta's life is quickly turned upside down in that day when his whole class gets attacked by a mysterious man in red. Grinning madly, the Red Man massacres Ganta's entire class. Instead of killing him, the Red Man embeds a red crystal shard in Ganta's chest. Within days after the massacre, Ganta subjected to a kangaroo court, sentenced to death, and sent immediately to the jail he was supposed to visit. But Ganta's nightmare is only just beginning. The young protagonist is thrown into a world of sadistic inmates and enigmatic powers. He has to live in constant fear of the lethal collar placed around his neck that is slowed only by winning in the prison's deathly games. Ganta must bet his life to survive in a ruthless place where most of the time it's very hard to tell friend from foe. Meanwhile, he tries to find the mysterious Red Man and to clear his name in Deadman Wonderland. Vash the Stampede is the man with a $60 billion bounty on his head. The reason? He's a merciless villain who lays waste to all those that oppose him and flattens entire cities for fun, garnering him the title the Humanoid Typhoon. He leaves a trail of death and destruction wherever he goes, and anyone can count themselves dead, even if they make eye contact with him. Or so the rumors say. In actuality, Vash is a huge softie who claims to have never taken a life and avoids violence at all costs. With his crazy donut obsession and buffoonish attitude in tow, Vash traverses the wasteland of the planet Gunsmoke. Meanwhile, he is followed by two insurance agents named Meryl Strife and Millie Thompson, who attempt to minimize his impact on the public. But soon, their misadventures evolve into life-or-death situations as a group of legendary assassins are summoned to cause some suffering to the trio. Vash's agonizing past will be unraveled, and his morality and principles will be pushed to the breaking point. Thank you for watching. Like and comment. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button.